And so we're going to jump into the special section of today's service. This again, Deb Burton, board member Deb Burton, came up with this idea that we would have periodically, maybe once a month or something, a special section of the service. And last month we did a blessing of the animals. And so today we're doing a special section on healing. Last week, we had 3 volunteers, Nancy, Karen, and Martine, to do readings, and we're going to do them in that order. So Nancy's going to do a reading and then say what it means to her, and then Karen's going to do a reading, and then Martine.
The healing stream is an eternal reality. There is an allness even within the illness. The whole universe is within you, and its flow is ever the reality of you in a fundamental sense, no matter what the incidentals may be. And it's this reality of wholeness that is the key to the constancy of a healing and renewing process within the body, even when you do nothing or know nothing about it. Of all 3 verses, I'll admit I had a tough time translating this one. What first comes to mind is that there's a healing energy within us, whether we know it or not. It's there always. The universe will always strive to heal us, whether or not we try to heal ourselves. I'll admit I had a tough time translating this one. What first comes to mind is that there's a healing energy within us, whether we know it or not. It's there always. The universe will always strive to heal us, whether or not we try to heal ourselves.
Thank you, Nancy. That was wonderful.
Thank you, Nancy. Needed to hear that twice. So God is always working perfectly. I just want you to know that. I needed that statement of truth embedded within my soul today. So thank you, my beloved Nancy.
Okay, Karen.
Okay. This reading is Open Your Mind and Be Healed by Johnny Coleman. When you acknowledge the healing activity of God within, you align your mind with God life. This promotes harmony and order throughout your body temple. You must believe that God's vitalizing, harmonizing life is flowing freely throughout your body every moment, recharging every part. This healing life of God can heal what people call, quote unquote, incurable, as easily as it can heal a minor cut or an abrasion. One of the lessons in A Course in Miracles is there is no order of difficulty in the universe. God knows nothing of the existence of pain, suffering, and sickness. Therefore, there is no need to classify these as fair, critical, or life-threatening. The life principle is based on an immutable law of perfection and wholeness. Yeah, that's a really beautiful reading. And I was in a group earlier this morning, and we were talking about doing 10th step work, like, you know, taking sort of an honest look at the day and you know, just making sense of it, and you know, cleaning up or affirming you know, the desired behavior, or acknowledging any unskilled behavior. And an essential part of that is also you know, being in gratitude and being sure to acknowledge, you know, something good, that there's always something good. And so even if I, you know, have fails in my day, if my intention was there, if my, you know, if I you know, set out to do the right thing, or to do good, then I can credit myself for that. And so I just, this harmonizing and vitalizing that this reading talks about, I think it's really important to, yeah, just to understand that it's a law of um, existence, that this life force doesn't parse. And so as long as I'm in the flow and tapped in, then I have that capacity to to be to live that God life. So thank you for the opportunity to read.
Thank you, Karen. That was beautiful. Okay, Martine.
So my reading is The Secret Place of the Most High by H. Emily Cady, Lessons in Truth. And this is chapter 9, the beginning of chapter 9, condensed. There is nothing the human heart so longs for, so cries out after, as to know God, whom to know aright is life eternal. We have the promise of the deliverance, even the fear of evil, even from the fear of evil, when we are in the secret place. The secret place. Why called a secret place? What is it? Where may we find it? How do we abide in it? It is a secret place because it is a place of meeting between the Christ at the center of your being and your consciousness, a hidden place into which no outside person can either induct you or enter himself. We must drop the idea that this place of realization of your divinity can be given to us by any human being. No one can come into it from outside. You may study with human teachers and from man-made books until doomsday. You may get all the theological lore of the ages. You may understand intellectually all the statements of truth and be able to prate healing formulas as glibly as oil flows. But until there is a definite inner revealing of the reality of an indwelling Christ, through whom and by whom come life, health, peace, power, all things. Who is all things? You have not yet found the friendship of the Lord. Beloved, that which you so earnestly desire will never be found by you seeking it through the mental side alone, any more than it has theretofore been found through the emotional side alone. Intuition and intellect are meant to travel together. Intuition always holding the reins to guide the intellect. Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Let the mental, the reasoning side rest a while. Become like children and learning how to be still. Listen to that which the Father will say to you through the intuitional part of your being. The light that you so crave will come out of the deep silence and become manifest to you from within yourself. If you will but keep still and look for it from that source. This is deeply, deeply powerful for me. As I've been facing some health challenges, it has been so important. I've said to the incredible medical staff that I've been blessed to be surrounded by, that although they are specialists and masterful professionals in diagnosing disease, that nothing that they say is more important than getting my mind and my heart right. That what they offer me, or what they've offered me, or what they offer us are the facts. But what I need and what we need to align with is spiritual dominion. And that spiritual dominion can only come from within. By us living from the inside out. So I've said to them, I need the space and the silence to know who I am and whose I am, and that God's infinite wholeness and health, vibrancy, vitality, harmony, serenity, transcendence, tranquility, that God's tranquility is within me, and I must align with that truth first. And as I align, as H. Emily Cady is telling us, as we align, no man, no woman, no person, place, or thing, or diagnoses can give us the peace, the knowing, the reassurance, the spiritual dominion, the overcoming, the transcendence, the realization, the awakening that we seek. It must come from within the power of the stillness. I will add one more thing. Because I'd always seen myself as emotionally weak and a little bit all over the place, I was afraid to look within. I was afraid to go into deep meditation and to go into the secret place, because I thought I would just find more of my chaos, or more of my disorder, or more of my pain. And that is the lie that the ego tells us. When I began to turn within 1 minute a day, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, I was reborn in and through the vibration of God consciousness. I found wisdom, I found guidance, I found renewal, I found strength, and most importantly, I found the joy that the world cannot give you, and the joy that the world cannot take away. I'm so grateful, brothers and sisters, to have shared this powerful reading by one of our master New Thought teachers, H. Emily Cady, via Raleigh today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And so it is.
Thank you, Martine. That was inspiring. And I thank all three of you for gracing us with your voices and your insight.